All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the farm. So we have a bit of a project for today. This is technically a part 2 to a video that we made during summer, and that is this stuff. So if you recall from a few videos back, we cut down that big tree which we had sitting over there. We cut that big tree down to make into planks, right? Well, we were supposed to do that like very fast after that video was done. We were supposed to do that, but then a lot of stuff got in the way and we pretty much just forgot about it. And now I'm finally getting around to it because of we're kind of having 2 projects going on right now. We have something to do with the tractor. We need to change the oil to it. But also we're having, I'm going to be doing this project now so I can get it done. So I'm going to show you what I've set up here, and then we're going to get the chainsaws ready and start doing this. Now I know it's not ideal to do this outside, but we don't really want to do this inside because it's way too fucking there's gonna be way too much sawdust if we do it inside, so we might as well do it outside. So you can see these logs look pretty rotten, and that has to do with that we just left them out here for way too long, and we should have gotten around to this project way earlier. So I thought these trees or these logs were a no-go, but when I came out here and checked, let me show you over here, they're actually just rotten from the top, and they're actually relatively good on the inside, which is perfect because of we're not going to be, of course, because we're going to turn these into logs, we're not going to be using the top, that very edge of it. So there's going to be a little bit of but there's going to be some left behind wood, so to speak. So pretty much what's going to happen here is that most of this right here, and this right here, and this right here, and this right here will pretty much just be extra wood which we don't need, and only this core right here is what we're going to use to make planks out of. And I know that's very wasteful, which really sucks. We really would like to be able to use all this material for planks, but we're gonna figure something out, maybe make it into strange looking firewood, those edges on it. These 2, I'm still not sure if I'm gonna turn these into planks. This one is a little too small to turn into planks, so I may make this into just normal firewood, pretty much, I think. I'm not too sure yet, but this one will definitely be turned into logs. Oh yeah, and from the previous video, a bit of an update. You can see grass has started to grow on this field right here, so this is definitely going in the right direction. Same for over here, although same for over here, this has also started growing. It's not perfect yet, it still needs to grow a lot, but it's definitely getting there, and it's looking much better than what it looked before, with it just being dirt and sod or whatever. So it's looking much better. So for those of you who didn't believe me, look, so I cut off the axis right here. So oh, that's in the way, let me move that, get out of there we go. So for those of you who didn't believe me, so look, I cut off a piece right here, and you can see it is completely, I would say almost dry, but it's definitely not dry on the inside. There's definitely a little bit of molding going on, but if we get this done today, then it shouldn't be too bad. So now we need to start marking out how we're actually going to cut this. Okay, so I don't completely know how to explain this, but what we pretty much want to cut off here is all this axis stuff. So all this rounding right here, we want to get rid of that. And what it's gonna leave us with is it's pretty much just a rectangle which goes like this, like this, like this, and like this, and then that's gonna make it easier to cut it into planks. I want to make sure that it's at least enough so it's not gonna overlap. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna come on that side actually. I'm gonna say, okay, it's a really uneven, so I can't really get a good look. I'm gonna say about 4.5 centimeters. That's probably a good start. So I've never done this before, by the way, so this is the first time that I'm doing this, so I'm kind of just doing this how YouTube videos have shown me. Get rid of that shit over there. So that would be right around there. Like that. You want to draw a straight line up from that. I just realized that this may actually not work, but we're gonna give it our hecking best. Because the problem with this log is that it tapers, so we may end up hitting a fork in the road somewhere, which I really hope we don't. We may actually have to mark this on the other side. Yeah, actually no, when I look at this, yeah, it's gonna be better to do this on the other side because it's much yeah, that's a real big problem actually, that it tapers. It really sucks. Well, that's a problem that we need to live with, so we're gonna mark this on the other side and cut it from that side as well. So, God, these fucking chainsaw pants are really heavy. But, you know, safety first. Look, I don't think I want to do 4 centimeters on this side, just because of disgusting. Ew, I hate this sort of stuff. I don't even want to touch it. I think 4 centimeters actually is fine on this side as well. A whole bunch of people who want to do that, but then that somebody's gonna comment that saying that, dude, you really didn't. You still had a lot more wiggle room. I don't have a lot of wiggle room on this side, unfortunately, but here I do. So I'm gonna mark this off so I know that it's this one, that one, and that one, which I'm gonna use. So. Yep, okay, now I just need the plank, and oh yeah, I've never actually shown you this, so this is the chainsaw mill that I built, right there. So, it's pretty much a part to hold a 2x4 right there, so a 2x4 is going to slide in there, and then this, right here, is where you're going to attach your chainsaw. The chainsaw is going to be like this, and then you push it back like this, and saw it, pretty much, so, yeah. So, it's a relatively ghetto setup, but should do the trick. Here you can kind of see it in action, so yeah, should work relatively well. I probably have to put some pressure over here because of the chainsaw still weighs quite a lot, so probably need to put some pressure right here. But otherwise than that, should be good. So let's get a 2x4 on this and start working. And oh yeah, this is our setup. So we have the chainsaw mill right there. We got the we got the 2x4 right here, and then we got the log underneath. So the chainsaw is going to be attached to that, and then we're just going to run it down. So yeah, should be relatively good. Now is the time to get this figured out. Either I'll break my chain or this will work. We'll see. Ska jag sätta fast den här först? Vad tror du?
Bara sätta igång den först. Få den gå varm lite.
Jag har den på halvcheck ju. side done. And we have 3 more to go. But we're gonna need a secondary chainsaw just because of the plank that we're using is a guide plank. It's not as long as the log, so we have to cut some access material off, and we don't want to take the 271 off the chainsaw mill all the time, so I went and grabbed this one as a secondary so we can actually use this one for cutting off the axis. Alright, so we got the second side ready. We got this side already cut, as you can see right there. So it's this side now, this part right there. Ready?
Yep.
Alright, so we got this off. But it's gonna become a little rustic because of there's a little it says that, whatever, you get it. Of course, because it's autumn, it is already getting dark, although the clock is only 5. That's besides the point. So we've gotten 2 sides done, and now we only have 2 sides left. So currently it's kind of like a half moon, I guess you could call it. So we're gonna take this side next, and then we're gonna leave this as the final side. And then we're gonna cut this down in the middle and make it into 2 2x4s. We decided on 2x4s just because this is not that much material, and we might as well make some stronger material instead of a lot of shittier or a lot of weaker material. So yeah. Battery's dead. So, here it is. This is what we got done. I know it's a bit dark and I'm using my phone's flashlight to light this up. But yeah, this right here is what we got done. Yeah, it turned out relatively good. So I can see, unfortunately, there is a bit of molding going on. Unfortunately, we were really hoping that that wouldn't happen. Down here, it seems pretty good. And on the other side, if I flip this thing around, no, actually no, there's still molding. Less than on what was on that side, but still there's molding going on here. Like down here, it's pretty good, but I don't know, is it like leaking from somewhere onto this? I don't think so, because all these walls are dry, so I think that's just some extra water which has just been molding it. But it should be good to use still for something. Now we're not gonna make this into something right now. I'm actually gonna keep this side visible because this is the nicer side. We're not gonna make this into something right now, just because that would be a bit wasteful to just make it into something which we will never use. So when we need it, that's when we're gonna make it into something. But for now, we don't need it really to anything, so it's just gonna sit here for now. And once we need it, then we'll make it into what we need it. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed this series, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time.